Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shondine. Today we are going to be doing the first cash envelope stuffing for the month of July, and the paycheck that we are going to be using is my paycheck. We do have a lot of updates to do to our budget for this paycheck, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so right here we have the original budget for this paycheck, and I expected to get paid $1,250, but what I actually got paid was $1,357. That was the actual amount that I got paid, and these were the original bills and amounts that we were planning to stuff today. But because today we are leaving for our family reunion this weekend, there was a lot of spending here and there today before we're actually doing this video. So that means we are going to have to change a whole bunch of numbers, and this is the cheat sheet that I have. The first number that we are going to be changing is going to be the gas amount that we're going to be stuffing. We should have been stuffing $80, but instead we are going to stuff $70 because my boyfriend really needed gas yesterday before we got paid, so he did put in $10. And then the next thing we are going to be changing is the groceries amount. We were supposed to be stuffing $80, but instead we're actually going to be stuffing $38. This is honestly only one of the more concerning amounts because $38 for a whole week of groceries is not a lot. It's just really not. But the thing is, we had to pick up a lot of things for our trip this weekend. Not even groceries. We include toiletries in our groceries. So we had to purchase a lot of toiletries before we left on our trip. So that's why that amount is really low. And I really want to change this and make it higher, make it a decent amount. But I really want to try to stick to the budget as much as I can, so I'm just going to leave it like that and we'll have to make it work. Then the next amount that is going to be changing is the amount that we're going to be stuffing for the family reunion. So again, my boyfriend did need gas, and while he was doing a lot of things today, he just filled up his truck, so he didn't have to worry about that. But that amount that he used to fill up the gas, which I believe was like around $50, we are going to have to take it from the $170 that we plan to put aside for the family reunion. So now instead of $170, it's going to be $111. And another thing that's going to change is actually Netflix. We are going to cross this whole thing out because it actually got taken out of our account early. So as I put here that it was due the 14th, I think the due date is the 11th. Because this happened last month as well, and I'm just now remembering. So I had to cross this off, and the renter's insurance was supposed to be taken out instead of the Netflix. So basically, I'm just going to be swapping the Netflix for the renter's insurance for the same amount. Well, $1 more for $20. And there's not a whole lot of room, as you can see, for me to put that. We're just going to add this sticky note because I didn't leave a lot of space. Insurance $20. Okay. And then another thing that got changed was the amount that we actually ended up paying for the truck registration. We had $31 in our vehicle maintenance envelope saved for the truck registration, but again, that whole Netflix thing happened and it made our account go negative, so we had to put that money in, which means we had to not only put the $60, but we had to pay the complete amount with this paycheck, which turned out to be $120. Well, that's the amount that we budgeted this morning for it. And then another amount that is changing is the truck amount, which is going down about $20. So it is going to be $254. And then we're going to add two more things. So we are going to add that I paid $50 for my phone, and then we are going to also put in $20 for light before we go on our trip. So as you can see, there were a lot of changes and updates that needed to happen this paycheck. As I'm stuffing the envelopes, I'll definitely go over and clarify some more. Okay, so now that we have our new amounts, typically, you know, we would make our little tally card that we take to the bank. I'm not gonna do that just because the numbers are so close together, it might confuse you, and I really don't want to confuse you guys any more than you need to be. So instead, we're just gonna go straight into stuffing the envelopes. And I did go to the bank early this morning, and I got all of the cash. So now we're gonna spread it out and take our thumbnail. The first envelope that we are going to be stuffing today is going to be the gas envelope. And again, that envelope gets $70. It typically gets $80, but because my boyfriend put in $10 yesterday before we got paid, he's only going to get $40 and I'm going to get my regular $30. And I just realized that I didn't actually I didn't really ask for it to be set that way. I just asked for a regular 50 and then a regular 20, which is fine. Next week I'll just have my boyfriend put in 40 and then give the $10 to me, which is fine. The next envelope we're going to be stuffing is going to be the groceries envelope, and it is going to get $38. Again, I really wish we could put more, but I'm really trying to have us stick to our budget. And if it means having only $38 for groceries, then it means only having $38. So I have 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. Ooh, and there's actually a dollar in here. So it's gonna be $39. That's funny. Okay, and then the next envelope that we're gonna be stuffing is going to be my car, and we're gonna be paying the full amount for my car. I believe it's due tomorrow. So we're gonna put $383 in here. Two, three, 70. So I have 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 380, 381, 382, 383. Again, this is due tomorrow, so as soon as we're done with the video, we're gonna go ahead and deposit the money that needs to go back into the bank, and we're gonna pay the bills online. So after the car, we are going to stuff the bed envelope, which gets $127. And I know I've said this like 10 times already, but something really exciting is that this is going to be our second to last payment for the bed ever. So we have one more payment, which is going to be next month's payment in August, and then after that we won't have to pay for that anymore, which I'm super excited for. But for right now, we have 100, 120, 125, 26, 27. $127 in here. Okay. And then the next envelope that we are going to be stuffing is going to be for my credit card, which gets the minimum payment that's owed, which is $45. So 20, 40. Okay. So we have 20, 45. Okay. The next envelope that we're going to be stuffing is going to be for my family reunion, which again gets $111, and that is broken up in a specific way. Part of the $111 is going to be for gas, which is $41. And then the remaining $60 is just going to be in 20s. 20, 40, 60. So it's going to be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Oh, I'm forgetting a 10. I knew I was forgetting something. So it goes 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 111. So 41 of it goes to gas. And then $30 of it goes to a game that we are going to be sponsoring at the family reunion. So we do have to like get the supplies. So that's what 30 is for. 20 is for water bottles that we had customized for the family reunion. So we bought 2 of those. They were $10 each. So that's what this is for. And then there is $20 just for anything a little extra we might need in case we need extra gas. There's also going to be raffles. You know, it really just depends what this amount is going to be used for. And we're going to put it in the events envelope, which already has $10 in there because I was actually one of the people who was like selling the water bottles within my family, and I only got $10 from my mom. I believe I sold the water bottle to. So I'm gonna add my 20, and then it becomes 30 that goes for the water bottles, and then the rest of it I'm gonna split up gas, activities, and then extra. And so we're actually going to separate these with little clips that we have. We're really going to try to stick to our budget. I feel like that's going to be really hard for us because we haven't even gotten to the family reunion yet, and it's thrown us off track. Obviously, we had to actually had to move a lot of stuff as well. So that goes for that. And then the next amount that we are going to be stuffing is going to be for the light, which gets $20. Which again, I will deposit into the account and pay online before we leave. Next, we're going to be stuffing the renter's insurance envelope. Again, this was something that was actually supposed to be paid yesterday, but instead the Netflix got taken out, so that messed it up, and we are going to just put a 20 in here. It's $19 and some change, but I like to round up, so I'm just gonna put a 20. And then the second to last envelope that we're gonna be stuffing today is going to be the truck, my boyfriend's truck payment, and the amount that we're gonna be putting is $254. So 100, 200, 250, 251, 252, 253, 254. Again, this is only the first time we are putting aside money for his truck for the month. So it'll just stay in here until we get paid again and we can pay that pay that truck off. Well, not off, but the payment for the month. And then I forgot to mention that the way I set it up is a little bit weird, but basically we have $9 left over. $9 left over, and that is going to go directly to the orthodontist bill. If you remember, or if you've seen my budget with me for the month of July, then you know that when I was budgeting for the whole month, I accidentally did the math short for the orthodontist bill that's due on the 20th. So we are putting any extra money that we get aside for the orthodontist to make sure that we have all that money in time. And that is the last envelope that we are going to be stuffing. There were also some things that we paid that we weren't able to stuff. For example, we did get my boyfriend's truck registration paid off, but my boyfriend couldn't wait for me to do the video. He had to go get that as soon as possible because we are going out of town. And then also I did pay $50 for my phone this month. Typically I don't pay my phone bill just because my mom and I have an agreement where I don't typically pay my phone bill unless she really does need my help for the phone bill, and this month she did, so I did go ahead and pay $50 for that. And then the last thing that I didn't stuff but I did pay for was to get my eyebrows done like just a few hours ago. It was $12. I did put it in my budget. I wanted to get them done before the video for obvious purposes. So those were the only things that you didn't see us stuff. And I know this video, it sounds really messy and disorganized and like last minute, and honestly it is. One of our biggest goals is to try to always stick to the budget and try to be the exact opposite of lenience when it comes to adjusting the budget and moving numbers around. But you know, things come up, things happen. So I'm not too upset. It didn't like dramatically change a whole bunch of our numbers, which is fine. We'll just go ahead and move on into the next cash envelope stuffing videos where we'll see where we have to make other adjustments. But before we can end the video, I am just going to take you back to the bullet journal here where I have my budget, and I'm going to be crossing off the bills and things that we did get paid. So we did get the truck registration paid, which actually ended up being $113 instead of $89. It moved up $10 because it was late, but then there was also some extra fees because my boyfriend went directly to a third-party DMV to make sure that we had the actual papers because we are going out of town. So I'm just going to cross that off here. Awesome. And then we are going to cross the special events off here because we did get all of our money set aside and we are heading out there soon. Now to the bills, we did get all of the car amount. We did get the Netflix paid. We are going to pay for the bed and the credit card. And that's pretty much it for the bills. And then I'm going to cross off everything that we have here because obviously we stuffed them. So that concludes this cash envelope stuffing for the month of July. It is the first one for this month. Again, I apologize that it was messy. Still working on it, still learning. It's fine. Sorry that it really just feels rushed. It honestly is, because it's honestly like 6 p.m. and the drive to where we're going is like honestly 6 hours from here, and we're not even close to being ready to leaving. So that's why I'm kind of like rushing this. But even though it's rushed, I hope that you did enjoy the video. I hope you were able to kind of keep along with the changes that we had to make really last minute and the cramped handwriting. But next cash envelope stuffing video will be uploaded next week, and it will not be as messy as this one, I promise. And I will see you in the next video.